Okay, so what do I do when I find my house number?
We'll give you a ballot.
Oh, okay. The problem is that, according to the bylaws of the Homeowners Association, I should be able to vote in this election. There's nowhere that it says that the cutoff date is September 1st of 2009, and I basically am being disenfranchised from participating in an important election for my neighborhood. This woman, I think, also would probably have something to say. She's actually writing out a letter. Thank you.
What's wrong with What's her name?
I can get all this.
Okay. 55 would be over here.
I just asked a simple question for you to show to me the bylaws and you're ignoring me.
Summerhill. Can you come over here?
I don't want to get ahead of it. But
And what's your number?
5544 Summerhill.
Six out of 8 people could not vote.
There's no filming on the foundation grounds because that's their rule, not our rule. Okay. There's no filming, no photography.
Where?
Anytime we use the facility.
Where does it say that, though?
I don't know where it says it. Anytime we use the facility,
then we'll be all right then.
maybe you could have some sensitivity for
I have
someone
plenty
other
of
than yourself.
sensitivity.
They have children here who are disabled.
There's no
and
children
it
in
is
here.
There's a residential facility.
I understand that, but they're not residents
That's why
in
they
here.
do not allow any filming or any
If they tell you
photography.
to turn it off, turn it off.
I would like to first thank the nominating committee for the work that they have done and making this election happen. I want to thank the committee for organizing and putting on this evening's election. I would like to first of all thank Ms. Beverly Newton, Art Fields, I think he fills in, Gary Gillespie, Kathy Brand, and Ms. Augustine. For those of you who do not know or not aware, we had to have this nominating committee convene shortly after October's meeting. And after convening, they have to put in a lot of work to make certain that we have a fair and open and transparent election, and an election that reflects the character of the United Homeowners Association community. That work is not easy. Some of the things that they had to deal with are bylaws compliance, candidates who are eligible, not eligible, now you have to respond to them, preparing the ballots if they're fair, going over election rules, dealing with participants, facility logistics, and much, much more. She asked if we would run this meeting by the Robert's Rules of Order. Okay. We do run this meeting by the Robert's Rules of Order, and answer your question. Next, I would like to ask Mr. Troy Green. Troy, are you in the room?
Considering that you're running with those...
Okay, Troy, are you in the room?
I raised to the point of...
Are you in the room, Troy? Okay. So, what we're going to do now, we're going to move along with the election. As you may know, UHA did not conduct the fall election. Oh, I'm sorry. You had more information. What is your question, sir? Oh, okay. So his question was whether the bylaws exclude people from voting. Is that your question? Okay. And so let me answer the question. Okay. By the way, let me have a show of hands. Are there any more questions that have to be asked? Are there show of hands? I just want to know a show of hands because see, is there a show of hands by show of hands a number of questions? Okay. Because see, okay, all right, so the reason I asked, is I want to be certain that everybody gets the opportunity to ask questions, first of all. Okay. And I want to make sure that we get out here at 9 o'clock.
Oh.
Okay, so I'm gonna answer this question. Okay, I'm gonna answer this question. Yeah, okay, and I'm gonna answer the question, because I have a copy of the bylaws too.
And point us to the section.
Okay. I will repeat the question. Okay, his question is whether you were, whether
By a certain date. Get the microphone. My question.
no. I will repeat the question. I will reframe the question. Give me the question.
If the bylaws are being followed, does it say anywhere in there that you have to pay dues by a certain date in order to be able to vote or run for office?
Okay, now. Page 1 of the bylaws. Page 1 of the bylaws. Section 2, members. Article 3, Section 2. Annual dues, $25 per family, payable in advance, on or before September 1st each year. Okay, right now. Okay, so with that said, okay, let's get to the point. With that said, that's the bylaws about how you pay dues. Okay, correct? Now, as we've indicated, the election committee, nominating committee, has gathered a set of rules. No, who nominated? The question was, who nominated the committee? The committee was appointed or nominated in July.
Where are they?
Would you like to nominate the committee right now? Okay, then you would like to nominate them? No, a nominating, well, there's a rules about the nominating committee. We appointed a nominating committee in July 2009. The nominating committee consisted of Art Field, Beverly Newton. Okay.
And that didn't happen.
And that did not happen. And that did not happen. Okay.
Why did you bring it up when you started the meeting? Why did you bring up the nominating committee and go into such detail about all they've done when it's illegitimate? How did that happen?
It's not illegitimate.
It is, because it didn't go by the bylaws. The bylaws specifically say how the nominating committee is supposed to be put in place, and that did not happen.
So if I understand you, say that again? Yeah, okay.
And that didn't happen.
And we reported it. Actually reported.
But that's not what the bylaws say.
Okay. The bylaws.
And you already admitted that you're going by the bylaws.
Right.
That's established.
Right.
So then you have to follow them, and that hasn't happened.
Okay, so then what we would do, okay, and your name is?
Reginald Smith.
Okay, Reginald Smith. So what we will do is, we will adjourn the meeting, and we will put in place that nominating committee.
Well, elect a nominating committee.
Well, we'll elect a nominating committee, okay? But if we feel that this election is not a fair election, it's an illegal election.
It is not fair.
Okay, so then what we would do, we will make it legal, okay? So we will suspend this election because it's illegal. The election will be suspended. It's illegal. Is that what you're saying?
It absolutely is.
Okay, so then we would take a step back.
Not only for the election committee, but based upon the bylaws, you disenfranchise a good portion of the people that are here to even be able to vote. So we all object to that.
So with that said, okay, you have a person who would like to nominate the committee. That's my guess.
I'm telling you.
No, I know. You have a person who would like to nominate you, because we would start from.
Yes.
Okay. The individual you would like to nominate for the nominating committee, you have that name?
I do.
Okay. Submit that name.
The name is Sally Hampton.
Sally Hampton will be on the nominating committee. Is there another person?
I don't know that I should be the person that's selecting everybody.
So everybody, well, listen, those in favor of Sally Hampton. Yeah.
The bylaws have not been followed in this organization for quite a while, because there's quite a few more provisions that they are not following. And one of the things is that there's a long time practice of allowing people to pay their dues and vote. And Tony Nicholas will tell you that. And I talked to Mrs. Dubaclay today, who said Walter Dubaclay would also say the same thing. These are long-standing practices, and you do not change them in midstream. This is not democracy. Okay? Now we want the same long-standing rules that have been governing the elections since this organization was started. That's what we want to acknowledge first. We don't want anybody disenfranchised, because this organization represents all of us on too many important land use issues that affect our property values and our quality of life. So we all deserve a say in who represents us. That's the bottom line. We want to get that settled first.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so with that said, I'm going to turn it over to Beverly.
Good evening, neighbors. My name is Beverly Newton. I will serve as your 2009-2010 election co-chair. In 30 days, as I have in the past, I will submit a written report to the
Point of information.
In 30 days.
How were you elected? Who elected you? The bylaws require you to be elected by ballot by the members.
That's right.
So you are not the nominating committee.
We have a sergeant of arms. In 30 days, I will submit a written report to the UHA board regarding this election. Therefore, I need your assistance. If you have any comments, negative or positive, complaints, ideas, and suggestions, please submit your written comments to me. I will attach I call the Sergeant of Arms. I can be reached.
Point of information, can I answer a question?
I'm not answering questions. I will take
You are not legally, Sergeant of Arms should remove you, because you are not legally to be in that position.
I can be reached at cell phone number 213-842-4468. Or you may email me at NEW.
Point of information, we are following the Roberts Rules of Order. They're supposed to answer the questions. It's real simple. They can't answer them. Okay? And we have to address this openly. We should have a discussion right now. That is why our candidates who wanted to run asked for formal mediation, the neutral facilitator, which was the Los Angeles County Bar, and they refused. Because we want to have an open, honest discussion. This is about information for the community. We don't want information censored. We want to know what's going on in our backyard. And we haven't gotten that information.
I can be reached at
We want the answers.
number 213-842-4468. Sergeant of Arms, can you call order to the room, please? Or you may email me at NEWTO53@AOL.com. Or you may write me and send me a letter to my alternative address at 4859 Slauson Avenue, number 433, Los Angeles 90046.
Madam, Miss
Beverly Newton.
Point on the speaker. Who's in charge of the meeting? I mean, where's the president of the meeting? Where's the president?
He's turned the meeting over to me, sir. I am trying to conduct the balance of the election.
Please, will you please get the mic? Please get the mic.
Quit playing around.
No, I'm conducting the election.
No, you get the mic, sir. You get the mic. You're in charge of the meeting.
I am conducting the election, sir.
We're not holding anything right now. You get the mic. You must questions asked. We're going to we raised our hands and we had a lot of questions.
If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please write them, email, or call me.
Please give him the mic. Please give him the mic.
Take the mic.
Sergeant of Arms, could you call order, please?
I'm not out of order. I'm not out of order.
Not out of order.
No, I'm not.
No, you're not.
If you would let me finish the presentation. I will include your comments and suggestions in my report to the UHA board.
I want the president to get the mic.
The rules for the 2009-22 election have been distributed. As stated in the rules, only members who have paid, I'm sorry, they're indicating that they're going to tow the silver Mercedes that's located in the bottom parking lot. Only members who have been paid dues by 9/1/2009 are eligible to run and vote in this election. I will read the ballot as stated, and then we will take nominations from the floor.
All right.
Running for president is Theo Irving. Could you please stand?
I rise with a point of information, Beverly. How and why was it decided, and by who, to change the long-standing voting and candidate eligibility rules and voting procedures?
Any suggestions, comments, or questions can be addressed to me after the election. Running for president, could you please stand?
No. Answer the question.
Sergeant of Arms, could you please call order? Thank you.
You guys are out of order.
Order, please. Please.
No. You answer our questions. We've got questions germane to the election.
What you're saying, but let's have order right
If you understand it, then respond to it.
Let's do it orderly.
You're making policy.
Let's do it orderly.
Then get her to answer the question. What do you call order? For us to submit? I'm not going to submit to something that's wrong. I'm not submitting to something that's wrong. We've asked them.
I understand, but let's do it orderly.
It's not, well, then they
Let's do it. Time to discuss it. We're all going to follow the rules. That's order. All we're asking for is order. I'm not going to make her or you do anything. That's not my job. My job is to order. It's very easy. It's very simple.
I will continue to read the ballot.
That's why I'm taking the microphone around so the people can talk. But they can't talk if everybody's talking, sir. Now they cannot talk if everybody's talking.
Thank you, Sergeant.
Microphone around. So everybody has a right to talk. She's not allowed to.
Incoming President Theo Irving, please stand. Running for Vice President.
If these people want to talk, they have a right to talk on this microphone. Now let me go right now.
I'm going to do that after I read the ballot. After I read the ballot, we will take nominations from the floor. Running for Vice President. Point of information.
Where's the ballot?
Your ballot is illegitimate and illegal. Point of information. We're still going back to the very beginning. How is this, where is it in the bylaws? As you stated a few minutes ago, the rules. You cite your rules here over the handouts you gave us. In one section you cite the bylaws, in another one you don't. So it's inconsistent. Is it selected bylaw using here?
All suggestions.
And that is not in the bylaws. Not in the bylaws, ignore the question.
Running for Vice President, could you please stand Tony Dawson and Troy Green. Treasurer.
Point of information. This is an illegal election. Yes, it is. You're not acknowledging the bylaws.
I'm one of the, I'm running for office, Vice President. My name is Tony Dawson. At this stage, I'd like to make a motion to terminate the meeting until we can have a proper electoral process where we don't disenfranchise any member of our community. This is embarrassing for me. I want us to participate, but I do want everybody in our community to vote, who want to vote. So I'm making a motion to close this down. Let's get the electoral process that everybody who wants to pay their dues become members, and at the next election we can vote at that time. As we've been doing it for 60 years.
Could you please give the mic back to the Sergeant of Arms? Thank you. I will continue to read the ballot. Treasurer, Norman Edwards. Running for Secretary, Barbara Dawson. Brenda Fountain, could you please stand? Running for board members, please stand. Sergeant of Arms, could you please call order?
My name is Charles Boggs, and I'm legally qualified to vote for the board. However, this election is illegal because you're not following, as other folks have said, you're not following the rules and the regulations of the bylaws. These bylaws were written in 1979. Your president has been on this board for 5 years, and that it has not seen fit to redo the bylaws. Something is wrong with that picture. The reason that I came into this situation because I was feeling very upset with what is going on in the community. I think that many of us here have wanted to close down those oil wells. Close them down. The board has seen fit not to stand up and leave this community with the ideas of closing it down. Now, and I think that the president and his board should have stepped forward. Now, I spoke with him for about an hour, and he admitted to me that maybe they dropped the ball. Well, that wasn't the only ball that was dropped, and it wasn't my name. I feel that there are many issues in this community that should have been addressed more vigorously by this board. They're not representing me, and they're not representing you. And until they do so, we need to shut up. That this meeting be called off and called to question.
Call the question. There was a motion on the floor that was not followed through with. We have to complete that motion.
Sergeant of Arms,
that
could you
motion
please call order?
It's not out of order. I believe you should learn Robert's Rules of Order. Motion on the floor, and it's got to be voted on. And the motion was that we have long-standing voting practices apply as usual, and that we delay the election. We're suggesting 45 days. You have a nominating committee elected per the bylaws. For Section 4, Section 2 of Article 4 of the bylaws require an election of the nominating committee by ballot. We need to do that first, and then we need to have a legitimate election where nobody's disenfranchised. And then
I will all in favor ballot. Board members Charles Boggs, please stand.
all in favor.
Nominations are now in order from the floor.
There is no order.
Are there any nominations? Are there any nominations? For the people who do not want to be here and you want this closed down, you should leave. This was set up long ago to have this election on this night. So sorry, you want to vote? Leave. I don't care how long you've been here. Who are you to say that you've been on our job? Would you please call? I don't care. Sergeant of Arms, could you please call order? please call order. Are there any nominations from the floor?
Point of information.
Sergeant of Arms, could you please call order?
Point of information.
Are there any nominations from the floor for the office of president?
Point of information, please.
Do I have a nomination for president from the floor? Are there any nominations for the office of vice president from the floor? Are there any nominations for the office of treasurer from the floor?
Why are you out of order? You're not following.
Are there any?
We have also petitioned to call for a special meeting, and we're there. We're going to have to address these questions. If you're interested in democracy and not being disenfranchised, please sign our petitions. We're going to pull them out right now. We got clipboards and they're ready to sign. We need 5% of the members of this community to call and call the meeting, and they have to do that within 35 to 90 days. This is going to be completed before the next meeting. We'll be able to look over the records. Because by the way, they have filed the tax returns for 2003.
Are there any nominations?
Excuse me, Sally.
You're in the middle of the election and you are out of order. Nominations for board members will be taken from the floor. Are there any nominations for board members from the floor? If there are no nominations from the floor, the ballot will stand as is. We have no write-in candidates, so you may vote. Please. Are there any nominations from the floor for write-in candidates for any of the offices? Are there any nominations from the floor for write-in candidates? If not, the ballot will stand as is.
The ballot is illegal.
Listed on the ballot, please come forward.
The ballot is illegal.
The Sergeant of Arms will keep time. After the nominees speak, you may vote and place your ballots in the box on the table. Thank you. Are there any nominations from the floor? Then we will proceed with the election. Will all candidates who are listed on the ballot please come forward?
Point of order! Point of order! Point of order! You can't proceed until you answer the question.
Robert's Rules of Order.
You can't proceed until
all
you answer the question.
On the ballot, please come forward.
Speaker, you're out of order.
Y'all are shucking and jiving.
Will all candidates listed on the ballot please come forward?
You're out of order.
You're out of order, Speaker. You can't proceed until the questions are asked or answered.
Last year, will all candidates listed on the ballot please come forward?
Let the lady go.
Last year, I paid my neighbor here, Carol. And when I got here today, they said that my name is not on the list and I'm not able to vote. Now, we're all homeowners here, and we're all adults, and we don't like being treated like this is a dictatorship. That's what they said. And I don't know who you are or where you came from, but you can't just ignore us. You're not running the show here.
Thank you.
Thank you. Will all candidates listed on the ballot please come forward? Mr. Ball, Ms. Dawson, Mr. Dawson. You will all have 2 minutes to speak. The Sergeant of Arms will keep time. After the candidates speak, you may vote and place your ballots in the box on the table. Thank you.
Mr. President, point of order. Mr. President, point of order.
but like nobody. Because it was everybody there.
It was not carried through by the gentleman. Therefore, I'm calling again to have the results of the people.
They're recording the votes in the back room.
Who's observing?
Nobody's observing them.
Nobody.
And is this proper and legal?
No, it's not proper protocol.
Those votes should be out here on the desk where everybody is observing them.
Yeah.
It should not be secretive in the back room. What do they have to hide? What is it that they have to hide? This is a non-paid position. What is it that they're so secretive about?
Good question.
You know?
Thank you.
Thank you.